this. Peace and quiet starts with yourself. Take time to go within, and then you will know how to contact your higher self, and then you will know what your higher self is wishing to communicate to you about. Once you get that connection, it's like, this is the best way to explain it. When you meditate, you're going out to the universe, you're going out to your many higher selves, which are connected to countless other beings that are greater than our higher self. Let me say that again so people understand it slowly. You connect to your greater selves in lives to come. Remember that. And your greater selves connect to other greater beings who are there, who are watching. Yes, they're doing it right or they're doing it wrong. No, that's their free will, but all will be explained when they come back up here. You see, they're overshadowing. When you connect to your higher self, what you do, basically send a thought form out, it connects. But it's like a piece of cotton wool, a piece of cotton that you sew buttons on. It can easily be broken. It becomes snapped because you lose concentration. But the more you sit in meditation, whatever you call meditation, not going into that now, whatever form of meditation you might do, if anybody wants to know how I do it, I will express and I'll share it later. Is that the more you sit in meditation, that piece of cotton that snaps turns out to be a piece of wool that can be threaded, and that piece of wool by your meditation turns out to be a piece of string, which is harder to snap than a piece of wool. Then that piece of string turns out into, through meditation, a rope, which is quite hard to snap. Then that rope turns out into a piece of wood, a plank of wood. Then that plank of wood turns out to be a metal bridge. So once you've established this metal bridge between your physical self, your ego, your body identified ego and your body identified soul at this moment, once you make that connection with your higher self on this metal road, the bridge between each other, everything can come back and forward, back and to, and it will not break. But when you first started, the cotton wool was breakable because really we practice and we get put off by other people, we get put off by our own development, doesn't seem to be going right. But let me tell you something, folks. Every time you sit in meditation, it's like putting money in the bank. It's like depositing energy within your body, within your spiritual being, within your physical and your spiritual aura. It's putting money in. So sometimes when you don't sit in meditation, you can withdraw from the bank of meditation. From Dennis's meditation bank, I can go in one day because I've been ill, and when you really shouldn't meditate, because that's when the ego plays hell with you. Last 3 days I've had a real bad bout of IBS, so I've not meditated, and I'm thinking I can't do it because I'll be focusing on my tummy rather than up there. I've asked for healing and it's come today, it's come this afternoon, because I know why, because of here. Thank you very much, they're here. Brilliant. So every time you meditate, now there is meditators here listening, watching, who will then listen to this and connect every time you meditate. Not relaxation, meditate properly. You're putting money in the bank, in your meditation bank, so you can withdraw on it. And every time you connect with the higher self, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. So some days you don't even have to meditate because you'll be working and walking in a working meditation. You can be driving the car in a meditative state. You have a vision that is 360 all the way around you. You'll have it above, you have it below, you have it everywhere. Your spiritual bodies will be able to see, your physical bodies will be able to see. You'll be so tuned into the universe, and you know why that happens, folks? Because you meditate. Let me have a drink. This is gin and tonic. As this not, it's just lemonade. Yeah. Schweppes lemonade, there. I'm product replacing again. Product branding, Schweppes. Well, now much do you pay me for this? Not a lot. Okay. So, going in, now I can feel the energy coming through. We were born, basically, with a chip within us. A chip of self-worth. But what we've done, we've corrupted that chip. We've let other people corrupt it. We've corrupted ourselves by our thought forms, our feelings, our declaration of ourselves. It's got to stop. Because we're not broken. We've never been broken. We wasn't born with sin, as the Bible says from years ago. We wasn't born with sin from our fathers. We were born, all of us, to a DNA family, to some of us to break that DNA and move on, so that DNA stops. That's my family. I'm the last one. No, there's no small Dennises. Mine, wouldn't they be handsome if they were? Hey, brilliant. But there is none. There's no family, so my DNA stops with me. I'm a DNA assassinator. That's what they call me upstairs, the assassinator. I wonder why. So I asked one day, I said, why do you call me assassinator? Because you assassinate people's false beliefs, and then you can put them on the right way that will help them. Not the only way, but it's one of the many, many ways. Okay. So, we're not broken, we've never been broken, but we've let other people break us, or tend to break us, and we thought we were broken, right? But now, it's time. It is time. It has been time since 2000, and before that, you know, to move in to what we call this area of life, of self-worth, of self-realisation, self-dedication. People ring me and they contact me saying, does the law of attraction work? I'm saying, to a point. And they say, well, I've been doing this and doing that, it's not working. I said, well, that obviously, what have you been asking yourself? Well, it's not working. I said, yeah, so why? He said, don't know. So, okay. Law of attraction doesn't really work properly because it's not, they take out the karma base. Karma's not a sentence. Karma's not hard work. Karma is just, this is it. This is what you, your soul, your spiritual being has said, I would like to experience that, but if it gets too hard, you know what, I might just leave the planet. So what happens when you leave the planet? Do you come back again to go through all that? The spiritual churches teach all this, that it's a sin to take your life. But what happens if you come on this planet to actually face a hard time, to be downtrodden by other people, and then think, no, it's time to go. So it's an open subject that maybe you might think about that and write to me and tell me what your thoughts are, because the more we think about things, the more we understand that no one's got the proper answer, no one's got the full answer. There is an elephant in the room, people can't see it. So I'm not going to sit here and say I have all the answers, because I don't. All I can say to you and help you at this moment in time, if you require help, is I can tune into the Council of 12. If somebody puts a question on here, I can ask if it's for your own personal soul growth, not about love life, not about money, but about soul growth. I can definitely ask about that. If you find that life is getting you down, I suggest to have this thought pattern. This is it. Life is only temporary. Life is only temporary. 4 words, very powerful. Life is only temporary. That's your mantra. That's my mantra. So if I'm going through a bit of a bad time, my hard drive's full, I've not deleted anything, I think life is only temporary. You're going to go back over. So why beat yourself up if you've done something that is not right? I used to beat myself up because I had a big, huge speech impediment. And some of you might think, oh my God, listen to him now. It's like, wow, talking, where did that speech impediment come from? Past lives. I had to work through it. I give myself a challenge to work through it in this life, to stand up and to be counted for what I believe in. And it's amazing, as soon as you believe in yourself, and this is where it's all leading to, delete the old belief patterns in your hard drive, in your SOS, spiritual operating system. Delete the crap that doesn't do you any good at this moment. It is save our souls, but it's your spiritual operating system. Nobody else's. So if someone's having a hard time, it's not your job to go and fix them, because how do you know their soul didn't want this for an expression? And how do you know your soul has got to understand not to step in where it's not needed? Because sometimes you stunt people's growth because you stepped in and helped when they found it a lot easier for you to help, where you should have stepped away and they would have dug deeper. They would have got their higher self in gear, gone up to that, got the information, come back down and put it into manifestation on the earth plane. Sometimes we stick our nose in, we stick our neck in, we stick our beak in when it's not wanted. And then when it is wanted, we sit back, we think, oh, it's nothing to do with me. So we get it, ass over, backside over breast, don't we? That's better, isn't it? Backside over breast. We do it wrong sometimes. But there we have an example that we can learn from. So, I digress. This is what happens. They get me on one point and I said, why do you always give me this philosophy? I'm all over the place. They said, we call it the 5-finger approach. I said, what do you mean the 5-finger approach? Well, not everybody wants to stay talking about one thing, do they? And I went, no, you're right. So, we give it 5 different aspects. Right, we can give you more, but you've only got 1 hour. Just wait till they do a channel in the evening here. It's unbelievable. Starts at 8 o'clock. People don't go home till 12:30. They don't want to go because this room is full of energy. They lie on the floor. Some people start crying. Some people say, I've been healed. It's not me. It's the energy in the room. It's the Council of 12 and their beings. So, SOS, what does it mean to you? Let me see what it means to you, folks. SOS.